Welcome back, Fire Tribe. October 20th. We just wrapped up Game Week 8 today, a few hours ago actually. West Ham versus Brentford just ended. Brentford gets that win 2-0. Thiago with a goal. Matthias Jensen with a goal. Thiago almost had two. By the way, I don't know if you guys watched it. Thiago almost had two. There was an offsides goal. But it's funny. I know this is absolutely not an FPL conversation, but I'm going to have it anyways. AWS, for any of you who work out there, probably realized that AWS, Amazon, had a big outage today. So, if you're at a business, you felt that. But you don't realize how widespread Amazon is until you're watching West Ham versus Brentford and they need the VAR, but they can't use it properly because it runs on AWS. So the ref had to go to the monitor to call that offsides manually, which is it's just like Amazon, just all these Microsoft, Google, everything. It's everything.
Jeff Bezos doing his thing.
I thought that was...
No, Jeffrey, I don't care about offside. I need to buy cat food today, and I couldn't do it. Like, what am I supposed to do?
From Amazon?
Yeah.
Go to the store.
What? Well, then I have to do something, Sean.
Yeah, that's true.
I have to leave.
This is 2025.
Leave my
We're not about doing things
He's
in
doing
2025.
FPL research. He does not have time.
I don't have time.
Doesn't have time. No.
You know why?
Why?
Because he's bringing you guys the best FPL news and stats.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, just to end on that West Ham Brentford, it was pretty uninspiring from West Ham's point of view. I watched the first 75 minutes and then I was just out on the game altogether. But West Ham just doesn't look good at all. Bowen, small bright spot. He does what he does. He hustles all over the place. He tries to get involved. But other than that, they looked pretty horrible.
What do you say they're certified ass?
Certified. I don't even have the button ready.
Yeah, there's no button for that. But
yeah, I don't have a button for that. They're pretty bad. Brentford, on the other hand, look pretty good. So credit to them. But how are you two doing? How was your weekend?
Some good and some bad.
Some great.
No, we don't need to talk. We don't need to talk about that.
No.
We don't need to talk about that.
Let's
we don't
get to
talk
know
about
it.
that.
So
All
we
right,
do
on the topics and transfers.
we do a yearly golf tournament, and one of my buddies came into town for it, and we actually dominated them and won it, back-to-back champions. So my question to you guys, how do you feel after that beatdown?
Sadness.
Yeah.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
You're not funny.
That's me. That's
You're not
everyone
cute.
else.
That's
Anytime
Both of you guys.
Anytime they watch me
You're
try
not
to hit a
funny.
driver on
You're not
Saturday.
cute. Listen, I'm not happy that we got beat on, but I'm glad to know that the less golf I play, the better I am.
I think
that makes me feel good.
Actually, that does work for you.
I have played, that is my fourth or fifth time I've played all season with the baby, and I am significantly better the last two times I played than when I was playing every weekend. So that's good.
Might
to
be
know.
onto something.
I might be onto something. Play less, be better.
But the other good part of the weekend is in Harry.
Yes.
In Harry we trust.
Harry
In Harry we
Maguire!
trust.
Harry Maguire!
Harry!
The boy who lived!
The boy who lived! The boy who scored!
I feel like I probably need to make a sound bite now. So every time we talk about Harry, the boy who lived,
The boy who scored!
that'd be great for. All the UK people out there love that too,
Yeah.
right? Come on,
Some of them.
some of them. Okay,
We should clip that and make it into a short
I'll think about it.
when Harry scores.
I'll think about
Anyway.
it. That would be funny. I'll think about it. All right. So back to our normal run of show. We're going to start off with the mini league review. So Phil, I'm going to
Yes,
toss
sir.
that over to you, sir.
Thank you. Do you have the standings up? Did you get practicing? Perfect.
Yeah, I should.
Well,
I never really know because I can't see the screen, but
not much
Nice.
has changed. Sean is still in first, David's in second, and
Poco.
I'm in third.
I'm Poco.
It's getting pretty tight up there. Luke had a pretty good week with 85 points, and he's probably going to be our highlight of the week.
That's a heck of a week.
85 points, no wild card, no nothing. He had a big goose egg from Van de Ven. He started Kudus as well, so 14 from Walker, 9 from Dubravka. So those Burnley guys we talked about last week. Sounds like he listened.
Comment on that, by the way. If you watched the game, Van de Ven had a full field ball to Kudus, who went down and scored and was just a little bit offsides.
Stout.
Van de Ven kicked it from basically his own 18 over the entire field
Imagine
to
his
Kudus,
game
who
week.
scored.
Well,
That's what I'm saying. Luke would have had
Over
an
100
assist and a goal and BPS.
But yeah, so yeah, Dubravka, Walker, Holland captain, and Mateta. So shout out to Luke. What a great week for him. I do also want to call out 2 other people in our mini league real quick. We have a Liz Rosa with 81 points, and guess who she captained?
Who?
Cody Gakpo.
I used to love that guy.
If only she got points for hitting the post.
Yeah, but
He hit 3 of them against
was
United.
it 3? I thought it was
Bonus,
2.
It was
bonus
3.
post,
3.
bonus post shots.
And he missed a
BPS.
header from about 4 feet away from the goal, and he was wide open.
He's trying.
yeah.
He's trying.
But still, that's a ballsy captain.
It worked.
And
Credit.
Good for her.
Credit.
And also, we need to call out Logan, because he's been in the
Loganzo
80s like 3 times already, and he actually joined a week late.
Yeah.
So his big guy was Reece James and Munoz. So the double in the back, that's a good 28 points from those 2 guys. So that's a mini league review.
Okay,
Still
okay.
yours truly in first,
Do
second,
you
and
not
third.
want to? Do you not want to show Dave's team who did the best of us 3 today? Do you wanna
No,
look at-
because
you don't
Luke,
wanna-
Luke got
I
9
didn't
more
even
points.
bring,
I mean,
I didn't
okay.
even bring Luke's team up. You normally bring up one of our teams. So I
Okay,
didn't show
let's
Luke's team for the
Bring,
record.
bring Dave's team up. He did worse than multiple people in our mini
I
mini league.
understand that, but we're the 3 doing the show.
76
No one
points.
cares about us.
Okay, I care about us.
We got a comment that says we only care about Luke, Liz Rosa, and Logan. That's why I talked about
That's a
them.
heck of a comment. Go.
That's kind of true.
All right, Dave. Do you want to talk about your team? Is this
Talk
guy
about your
slacking?
team.
I just want to whine because I was going to bench boost, but I decided not to because of Enzo, and he didn't play, and I wanted to roll a transfer, so I didn't bench boost, but I'm mad because I had Dubravka and Mukiele on my bench. So I had like a 26-point bench or something, and I would have had over 100.
7-point bench.
But
26.
I still had a good week.
Oh, 27 with everyone. Yeah.
with
Still had a good week.
Rodon.
So it's not the end of the world.
27-point bench boost would have been nuts.
So Dave is you've climbed up to in the
What am I-
300,000s.
Am I 2 points behind you? 3 points behind you?
It's crazy. Yeah, you are
4.
4 points behind you.
And then
4
I'm
points
15.
behind me. 4 points behind me. But yeah, we're all in the top 400K now, I believe. Through 500K. I don't know where you're at, Phil, but
Yeah, 500K.
yeah, we're on top 500K. We're climbing. So
Hey, round of applause for us.
round of applause.
Over,
round of
the
applause,
3 of us
round
over
applause.
500 points. It's pretty juicy.
Pretty juicy. All right. With that, we're gonna hop into the topics and transfers.
It's time for topics and transfers.
All right, topics and transfers. So, first one, not super FPL related. It is about a couple FPL players, but Graham Potter is taking over for the Swedish national team. I think it's relevant because, Dave, you had said the next international break is after week 11.
After game week 11.
So that's only a few weeks away, and Sweden has Isak and Gyökeres as forwards. Both of them are horrible in FPL right now, and maybe Graham Potter can flip the switch for one of them because you can't play either one of them, and we know Isak's reasoning probably because the weird start he had, and Gyökeres probably because Portuguese league is not the EPL, so he might still be figuring it out. Second piece of news.
Wait. Do you know who came from the Portuguese league to the EPL?
Bruno Fernandes.
Ronaldo.
And Ronaldo.
Yeah, but Ronaldo's...
So-
Why do you keep comparing normal players to Ronaldo? Stop doing that.
I'm just saying, let the boys breathe.
Ronaldo and Messi here. Everyone else
Have you
down here.
met Phil?
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm loyal.
Second piece of news. After another loss, which is now the record for most losses by a manager to start a season for Nottingham Forest, it is Postecoglou. He is gone. I sent a message to you both while watching that Forest game, and I said, how is this guy still the coach? This team looks horrible. Well, right after that game, he got sacked. So it sounds like Deitch is the rumored manager to come take over for him. And I don't know about you guys, but when they first got Postecoglou, it just felt odd. It
Yeah.
just felt like what he does is certainly not what they were doing last year.
What they were good at. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yes. So
You mean defending?
Yeah.
defending's a thing. But yeah, Postecoglou loves to press. They didn't press. That's not why they won last year. They were absorbing and attacking.
Mm-hmm.
Absorbing and attacking. Totally different style, but here's a question I have for you. So at the moment, Forest players, fairly unusable. I mean, we thought the defense, like Milankovic, would be players we could use. We can't. Wood, unusable. Gibbs White without Aina in the midfield is fairly useless as well. So Deitch coming in. Do you think it's going to change anything over the next few weeks, knowing how Deitch plays, which is not high-tier offense, but it's basically grind, boot the ball up the field and try and get a goal? Does anything change for either of you? Potentially.
I don't think it can get worse. And he does have a history of being a better defensive coach than Postecoglou, so hopefully they can get back to like playing the way that suits them. Because obviously what Ainge did did not suit them. And I just like Sean Deitch, so I'm glad he's probably going to be back.
Wait, you dislike? Or
No, I like him.
He does.
I do like him.
He does like.
Yeah, I mean, I think to your point, it's kind of odd you fire a coach that did really well for the team. You bring in an offensive coach, then you sack the offensive coach, and then you bring in a guy that is back to being defensive. So why did you get rid of the first guy? He was already pretty good at that.
Because your owner's crazy.
Your owner is crazy.
Listen, I don't. For any of you Forest fans
crazy
out
person.
there,
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of knowledge on the owner other than the fact that he ran on the field and yelled at their coach, who was having an incredible season last year. So that's all I know about the Forest owner. At the
My
moment.
summary right now is I wouldn't trust anyone on that team.
Yeah.
Now give it 5-6 game weeks. If all of a sudden they start defending better, they're more compact. Yeah, maybe you start thinking about Sells or Milankovic or I don't know. Maria's back. He probably is. I haven't even looked at those players.
No, I think
in a minute,
defending's
so
all we're gonna get out of it.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
All right, last piece of news. Dave, you're going to love this one. And we're going to get into this in the player picks, but another huge blow for Liverpool as Salah, Wirtz, and Isak all continue to be bad. But on the flip side, what a win for Man U. I have nothing else except for the comments you want to make here.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's a good comment.
I don't have any comments. I'm just happy. I don't think we played like our best game of the season, but we worked hard and
Harry.
Liverpool stinks. I don't know what else to say. No, I'm just-
sounds like a youth coach.
It
Listen,
wasn't like-
guys, we didn't have our best game.
it wasn't like a very sharp
we worked
United
hard.
performance. Like they really struggled to like do basic things for some of that game. Like you were texting me about it. Like they just passing the ball to each other when they were 10 yards away, they had made it look really hard for a while.
I mean, Liverpool scored and could have scored a second time just because United was giving the ball away in the silliest ways. And
We
it's
saw Gakpo hit the post 3 times, missed a header from me to the wall away with no one on him.
Yeah.
He could
The
have had
wall's
like
not
5
very
goals.
far, FYI. The wall's pretty close to
It's
us.
about 4. It's about 5 feet,
pretty
6
close,
feet.
pretty close. It's more than that, but whatever.
But no, I'm just happy, and it's a huge 3 points for us. Takes us to what, like 2 points off the top 6,
Coming.
which should be our goal.
And we've talked about this. United probably had the hardest start to a season possible. They're getting some easier-ish fixtures coming up, so they could get a few wins in a row and start looking a little saucy.
Are we riding that Bruno train? The Bruno train still matchup proof. Still matchup
proof.
All right, so that's all I had though in terms of topics, in terms of news. Dave, transfers. We're back. Give us the transfers.
Yeah, I guess we should talk about this.
Probably.
The number 1 transferred in player is Peter Crouch 2.0 for Newcastle. Mr. Woltmata.
What a backheel goal.
Backheel goal. We
Come
love
on.
that.
One shot, one goal. That's all he needs.
Look, with how of like kind of a wasteland forward has been this year outside of a few guys, makes a lot of sense that he's the most transferred player in. And you can probably guess who the most transferred player out is. It's another forward.
João Pedro.
He's one of the two, but we'll get to that. I had to take a victory lap on JP Mateta since he was my pick last week. Hat trick.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You fought for him.
I did.
You did.
I fought hard
Fair
for him.
enough.
Holland's on here. Don't need to explain that one. A number of Arsenal guys, Gabriel, Saka, Declan Rice. Makes a lot of sense. Their schedule's really good. Moise Caicedo is on here. Excellent matchup coming up with Sunderland. Hasn't gotten DEFCON in a few weeks, but Chelsea has a lot of injuries right now, so he's pretty nailed as far as minutes go.
Hey, we're going to talk about Sunderland a little too. I don't like this easy matchup everyone's talking about. We'll talk about it, but hey,
Plus,
keep that in your mind.
Not
Sunderland?
easy. Not easy.
Okay.
And Reece James, who I know you want to talk about. So
Yes.
we'll get to that later as well.
Do you want to talk about Reece?
Do you want to talk about Reece?
Not right now. Keep going.
Reese's Pieces.
Finish what you're doing.
I want to make fun of Liverpool some more. Mo
Yeah.
Salah's the most transferred out player.
Trash.
Sorry. Most of the transfers people are bringing in Saka, which makes a ton of sense. He looked good for Arsenal again. João Pedro is the second most transferred out player this week, who, by the way, does not have a shot on target since game week 3. Not sure if any of you are aware of that, which that's bad. Victor Gyökeres is the third most transferred player out, which is awkward given what I'm going to say here in about 10 minutes. Richarlison is on the list.
This is just awful.
What? Are you making fun of me?
No, I'm making fun of the forwards.
Oh.
Richarlison didn't even come in till like minute 75.
I don't understand why he's playing Mathis Tell
I don't know.
at center forward. He's not. He played wing.
I don't
Played
get
on the left for Bayern. He's not a center forward, so I don't understand that.
Every time I think Thomas Frank's a genius, I think he's not the next day. I just
Maybe just in this one area he needs to simplify. Tiani Reinders is on the outs, Phil. Sorry.
He deserves so much more than he's getting.
Does he?
Yes.
Pretty useless for a while.
He might be the most fun player to watch, and he's just getting unlucky. So if you're transferring
the new
him
Rodri.
out,
It's the new FPL Rodri.
dude, you can't even compare him.
They both are really fun to watch, do a lot for their team, and don't get any FPL points.
I would not say Rodri's fun to watch.
There's a couple more names. Mickey Van de Ven's on here, who was kind of a must-own just as short as like a few weeks ago. Doesn't feel like that anymore. No clean sheets for Spurs in their last 4 games. And then the last player I want to mention is Enzo Fernandez is on the top transfer outs, which I don't necessarily agree with. I know he was banged up, didn't play. People are trying to get Saka, Declan Rice, Menyo. But I wouldn't be in such a rush to get rid of him. I think he's going to come back this week, and Chelsea's schedule is really good. So, and no Palmer, so he's going to play as the number 10.
Yeah, I would understand if
Yes.
people are getting rid of him because Palmer's scheduled to come back, but Palmer's not coming back until November something.
Yeah.
Like late November, so.
Yeah, it's going to be a few more weeks.
Yeah.
But that is the. Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I was gonna let's just keep going on the Chelsea train then.
Oh,
We're finishing it off.
choo-choo.
Keep going on it because I want to talk about Reece James.
Fine.
So,
Fine.
Let's just start here. Seems like a perfect starting point. Reece James, 5.4 million, only 4.9% owned. That's not super surprising, but a great game, goal, assist. I don't know if it was it 18 points or 18 points.
18.
Yeah, fantastic
18.
game for him. He's now played 4 straight 90s, so he's becoming obviously a mainstay in that back line. But up to this point, it's really been Chalobah, 7.7% owned, and still mind-boggling to me, Cucurella, 22.1% owned. Not because he's owned, because he's 22.1% owned. I still don't understand all the love. I didn't get it last season. I don't get it this season. Fair enough. But I think after this game, we probably need to start talking about Reece James in the Chelsea conversation. He's second in points for defense for Chelsea. He's behind Chalobah by 4. He's now ahead of Cucurella. He's played less minutes than both of them. He has 1 less shot than Chalobah, and we know Chalobah's a center back, so I can't imagine those shots are going to keep up. More shots on target, more assists, tied with Cucurella on attempted assists. He leads them all. He leads them both in expected assists. But he is overperforming his XFPL by 9, but all 3 of them, I believe, are overperforming at the moment. So that's not all that surprising. He's second amongst all defenders in expected assists, only behind anyone? Number
Munoz.
1. Yeah, that's the guy.
Wow.
Only behind Munoz. He's third in shots on target. He's second in assists. He also had DEFCON in 2 of his last 4 games.
Interesting.
Dave just said schedule's really good, right? On the surface, it's a good schedule. The only game you got to worry about is game week 13 versus Arsenal at home. So, all that being said, is anyone interested? I feel like Reece James is the best option on that team, right? I know you're going to say Chalobah because you love him. I think Reece James is the best because he's going to give you more attacking.
Yeah.
I think Reece James is the best option on Chelsea, on a team that's good, on a team that has a good schedule.
My concern with Reece James has always been his fitness.
Fair.
And with Champions League starting up again. Will he get hurt? Will they rotate him to avoid him getting hurt? But if he's playing 90 minutes and he's locked in, for $5.4 million, kind of seems like a lock, especially with the games coming up. You get clean sheet and offensive return. But I could easily see him going out next game week getting hurt. Or resting because they're using him in the Champions League and they know his history with injuries.
I think his minutes are probably safe for next game week because Gusto got a red card and is suspended.
Yes.
Yeah, I think if you're one of the 3 million dingbats with Mark Cucurella on your team, just get rid of him for Reece James or Chalobah. But to your point, I think I like the Reece James call. A bit more attacking potential than Chalobah.
Obviously you see a game like that and you want to look into a guy. And I was pleasantly surprised with all those things I just read off, not realizing how good he's been.
It's definitely flown under the
radar. Exactly. Under the radar, been really good. And Chelsea, unlike last season, has been pretty solid. Frankly, better without Palmer. Not saying Palmer's bad. Don't kill me, people. I'm just saying they kind of look better without him at the moment. I'm just throwing that out there. But yes, I just wanted to get Reece James out there. I think, with the schedule, that's a top, especially if you're like me, thinking about, how do I get off Van de Ven? Who do I go to? Reece James is very interesting for me right now. So, that's all I had on that, and I just wanted to get that out while we were talking about Chelsea. But let's go back. Let's go backwards, Dave. Did you have some before I go?
No.
Backwards?
Let's go backwards.
Let's just get into it. Liverpool, Man U. We got to talk about it. It was such a big game. There's so many important players. Dave makes him really happy. So let's start with the Liverpool side. Wirtz, maybe we don't even need to talk about him at this point. No. He's kind of a non-factor. But Salah and Isak, what are we doing?
Well,
what is happening?
I think we do need to mention Wirtz because we all thought that Gakpo would be the one to lose minutes. And it kind of looks like the opposite right now.
This is fair.
Yeah. But as far as Isak and Salah go, I think it's the same thing I said 2 weeks ago. I know they created some chances against United. It was mostly Cody Gakpo. But until Liverpool looks better as a whole, that's when you should get in on Salah and Isak.
33% owned still.
So that's kind of my question. At this point, who's worth it on Liverpool, if not Gakpo?
I've always been.
I know you've been. It sucks you dropped him, but
I did. He wasn't because he was in that moment where
he was a bad stretch.
He was losing his minutes,
and that was valid.
Yeah, I think Sabasala is not someone you can rely on for points. Gravenberch, same thing. Ekitike is not getting the minutes you want him to get.
He looked great when he came on.
He's. I'm sorry, but
good.
He should be playing instead of Isak at the moment. I'm not saying he's better than Isak. Why is he not in when he was doing what he was doing? I understand they paid the money for Isak to put him in, but Ekitike looks better at the moment.
You also need to give Isak minutes to get his form back up.
That's fair.
It sucks during it. You would hope him to do a little better, but you got to kind of bite the bullet and do it.
I think Liverpool hamstrung themselves here. Again, we said it before. When you spend this much money and buy this many players and try and fit them into a system that worked to perfection last season, there's always going to be growing pains, but this is starting to feel 8 weeks into the season like a little more than growing pains.
I mean, Harry Maguire scored in Anfield before Isak and Wirtz did.
Harry Maguire!
You're damn right, Phil.
Damn right.
Damn right.
No, but seriously, we talked about it at the beginning of the season. They're defending. We were worried about it because they brought in Kirkus and Frimpong, who haven't looked great. How many clean sheets do they have?
Two.
I knew Frimpong wasn't going to look great there.
So, I
didn't know that. I'm not acting hindsight, but
it goes back to this.
Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I think it goes back to what we've been saying. The issue isn't with individual players; it's with the team as a whole.
It's too much,
and they're just not meshing, and it just makes all of them undervalued, just in FPL terms, and obviously playing poorly in real life. So at this point, if you're getting someone from Liverpool, I think Gakpo's the only one that's worth it because of his price tag too, and he's just consistently at least looking dangerous.
Agreed. Totally agree.
There's not a single other player I would even look at right now until they prove me wrong for a few game weeks.
Yep. Yeah, and to their defensive point on them, they've played 8 games. They have 2 clean sheets, but they have given up 2 goals in 5 games. Like 5 times they've given up 2 goals. So
Yeah.
like they're not the same defensive team that they were last year.
It's not like Arsenal, who was giving up maybe 1 goal on a fluke. So you still had okay, they're still great defensively.
Yeah, Liverpool don't appear to be good enough defensively to like grind out wins like Arsenal are at times and win like 1-0.
They're 10th in goals conceded per match.
Yep.
They give up 1.38 goals per match. It's pretty bad. I mean, that's actually tied with Bournemouth, so they're 9-10. There's only there's only 8 teams underneath them in terms of conceding goals, so it's not good right now. They're not good at home. They're not good away. They give up over a goal both at home and away. So they're just not the team right now that people expected, and that's okay. Maybe it'll change. But yeah, I'm with you on Gakpo. I loved him to start the season. He looks dangerous. He would be the one I would go for, but just word of the wise, don't get frustrated if he gets 45 minutes, if he gets 60 minutes in a game or 2. It just seems to be his role on the team is he gets 90, he gets 90, he gets 90, he gets 50. He gets 90, he gets 90, he gets 60. You just got to take that.
I do think that his minutes are a bit safer because, like we said, there's no attacking player for them that's really playing well right now except him. Yeah, so I think Slot is going to have to go with who's performing, and right now Gakpo is really the only attacking player that has any kind of form for them. So
Fair.
I feel like his minutes are a little bit safer than we might have thought.
So on the flip side of that coin, we don't have to talk too much about Man U, but let's talk a little bit about
We can.
We've already talked about Bruno too at nauseum.
Match proof.
We still think he's probably matchup proof, and he creates the most chances, some of the most chances of any FPL asset. So it doesn't always feel good, but he's worth having as a higher option in the midfield.
I want to talk about his teammate.
That's where I want you to go. So go ahead.
Mbeumo scored in the 2nd minute, and he kind of was snake bitten for a while. Like he was playing pretty well, but the goals just weren't coming. He was getting some chances, and then the data kind of backs up the eye test, because among midfielders he is 2nd in total shots on target, and shots in the box. He has the most shots from open play. He has 4 big chances, and he has 2.9 expected goals, which is 5th among midfielders. Only Semenyo has a higher expected goals when you take out penalties than him. 4th in XFPL. He also has like 1.6 expected assists, which I didn't realize. So he gives you a little bit more of a creative presence than you may have thought. I mean, you saw what he did last year for Brentford. He's a good finisher. United needed somebody on the right. He's getting chances. He's getting into good areas. And he's just one that with United's fixtures turning now that my attention is going to a little bit more. Yep. I have Kudus and Anthony Gordon on my team, and I'm not like super crazy about either of them at the moment. So, and Mbeumo's not too far away from them price-wise, especially Gordon. So he's someone that may end up on my team here within the next week or 2.
You probably still have money left over, right? Because of the Isak play we all tried to make.
I think I have. No, I didn't do that. I have 0.1 in the bank, so I'd have to make 2 moves, which is part of the reason I wanted to roll. But anyway, I do like Mbeumo. I liked him a few weeks ago and it didn't work, but I like him a little bit more now.
Can I ask you, as the resident United fan in the room, is Cunha chalked? Is this man just like toast? Or
no.
What are we talking about?
I wouldn't. I certainly wouldn't.
Superstar to whatever this is.
I certainly wouldn't go buy him right now. He was hurt, and he's still getting his fitness back. Amorim really loves Mason Mount, which kind of drives me crazy. But he will get his place back. He's too good to keep off the field. I think you saw he didn't start Šeško, and when that happens, he's going to play Cunha at center forward. So I think his time will come at some point this season. I think it's going to be a little while, though. But I don't think he's cooked. But I think you got to give him a few more weeks till he's a realistic option.
And Harry Maguire's a must start, right?
Obviously.
Go ahead.
No, I do think if I think about United long term, again, they had really hard games as they were figuring out their new team, new players. Cunha got hurt, but I see, kind of to your point about Mbeumo, he feels like he's going to be the end product on most chances. That's just his mentality, where Cunha and Bruno are more of the creative players. So I could see Bruno, I mean, we don't need to talk about Bruno, but Cunha getting more involved in assists, and he'll probably get a few goals here and there, but I don't think he's going to be the goal-scoring threat he was last year, just because I think that role is Mbeumo's on this team, unless Sesko comes in and solidifies himself as the number 9. That's just my opinion from watching Mbeumo play versus Cunha. I just feel like Mbeumo's going to be the end product guy for the team.
I think that's fair. And
I don't disagree.
I would call that Fireside.
Certified.
Yeah.
Cunha with hat trick next week.
Yeah.
Like Mbeumo. I didn't even play our player picks intro. What am I
Oh my
thinking?
God.
Should I play it late? Should I play it late?
No, you'll
Let it go?
confuse all our viewers, dude.
Okay, I won't confuse. I'll just let it go.
We were too excited. It's okay.
I'll let it go. All right.
So I feel like I've done a lot of talking, so you should. Who do you want to talk about?
I want to talk about a guy that I think we all want to talk about because he's fresh in the mind. That's Thiago. Thiago, another goal today. Another goal. So we talked forward. I mean, the forward landscape is just dreadful at the moment. I believe Thiago, and I was looking at it today. Was 1 point behind João Pedro for the second spot at forwards. I don't know if we had BPS included or not. At the moment, it shows João Pedro 41, Thiago 40. Maybe bonus points get played in there regardless. He's second, third, and I'd rather have Thiago than João Pedro right now, so
Definitely.
make that clear. But he's 6.1 million, so he's a cheap forward option. He's only 3.9% owned. He's third in XG at 4.66. He's fifth in XA, 0.88. He's third in shots on target, second in goals. He hasn't been a 90-minute guy each game, which is semi-worrisome, but for the most part, he's been playing 90. I think there's a few games in there where he didn't.
Yeah.
I think he's obviously as good of an option as anyone not named Haaland, or probably Mateta. I think Mateta probably boosted himself with that last game. So outside of those two, I think pick your poison. The issue for me is, and then I'll let you go, Dave. The issue for me is, can Brentford and him score in their next 4 games? Their next 4 are against teams in the top 10 of lowest goals against. So that's a weird sentence, but as in they're top 10 in terms of they don't give up a lot of goals.
Correct.
Right. So they're playing some good defenses, is what I'm saying. So they get Liverpool home. When Liverpool play away, I mentioned it before, they gave up 1.5 goals. They get Crystal Palace away. When Crystal Palace plays home, 1.25 goals. They get Newcastle home. And surprisingly, when Newcastle plays away, they're better. They give up half a goal, which is fairly impressive by them. And then they get Brighton away. And when Brighton plays at home, they give up 1.25 goals, right? So this isn't an overwhelming amount of goals these teams are giving up at the venues that they're going to be playing at. So, Dave, before I ask the question, give your thoughts on Thiago as well. I don't want to...
No, I like him. I'm glad you brought up the schedule.
Yeah.
Because the Newcastle game, definitely a bad matchup. But let me ask you guys this. Who's a better defensive team, Liverpool or Brentford?
I feel like it's a trick question. So
but I'll say Brentford.
I should probably know this, but
Brentford have given up 12 goals, Liverpool 11. Brentford's expected goals conceded is 11.78, which is right in the middle, I believe 9th, as in 11th, because they're slightly below average. 11.78. Liverpool's expected goals conceded is 11.79. Crystal Palace is actually worse than both of them. They've only given up 8 goals, but their expected goals conceded is 13.2. I'll be done with the expected stats after this, but Brentford, I'm just using them because they play these two teams. Their expected clean sheets as a team on the year is 2.25. That is the exact same number as Crystal Palace. So I don't think these two matchups are as bad as we think. I certainly wouldn't call them good, but I'm going to call them neutral. And I don't think it would make me shy away from Thiago if you have João Pedro or if you have Gyökeres and you're trying to get away from him. I wouldn't shy away because of the next 2 games. In fact, I think it's a nice buying opportunity if you need to differentiate yourself.
Sell high. Yeah,
that's where I'm at.
I'm a little worried, but at the same time, we're not talking about last year's forward market. We're talking about a market where everyone already has Haaland. And now I have to either get Mateta or Thiago or hope João Pedro gets another shot for the first time in his life. Or Bowen, who played on a team today that looked uninspired and horrible. Gyökeres, who doesn't remember how to play forward right now.
Hey, look, Thiago's price is lower, so if you're trying to get up to like Saka or Bruno in the midfield and you don't have Salah to dump, if you have 2 transfers, Gyökeres, João Pedro, even Jared Bowen, any of those guys, you can free up some money to go get Saka or Bruno along with Thiago.
Yeah, I think my point of that long-winded answer was I don't care who he's playing, he's as good a chance as anyone else outside of Haaland and maybe Mateta. Like, that's my point. I don't care. They could be playing the 4 best teams defensively, and he has just as good a chance as these other guys right now. So it doesn't really matter in terms of like.
I might do it this week.
I'm thinking there's a lot of players I want though. I got to get rid of a lot of guys. So Thiago, for everyone out there, if you didn't realize, he is one of the top forwards now, and he looks really good today. Could have had 2 goals, I said, offsides. So he almost had 2. So very good. I think we're going to see his number probably jump this week in terms of ownership. So be aware of that. Woltmates will also jump, of course. Woltmate to me is a little more. I think I almost find him more risky because he's getting 1 goal on 1 shot every week, and at some point it's not going to keep happening. But for now, it's working, I guess. So it worked out for everyone who got him. So do your thing. So, does anyone else have someone special they want to talk about? Because I have a guy I want to wrap up with because it's not a super, it's not a guy I'm telling everyone to go buy, but I want to wrap up with a couple comments.
No, let's just, so before you wrap up, because we want to hear this wrap up. Who are kind of, from what we've talked about, are target transfers and who you would maybe want to avoid this game week?
That's fair. I think from guys who for me, the number one guy, if I'm thinking in any position that I'm interested in this week, it's Reece James. I
love that one.
He's probably the best value and best chance of getting a return, and you're going to be able to keep him long term. I mean, Chelsea's schedule is pretty good for the next 5-6 games, so that's my favorite is Reece James this week, and I'm not going to tell you who my least favorite is because that's who I want to talk about. So I'll let Dave give an opinion.
The United midfielders, Mbeumo, obviously Bruno, if you don't have him. Thiago is up there. I do want to mention one more person that I'm going to slightly talk out of both sides of my mouth.
Please. Love that.
Much like I said last week with Mateta that the goals are coming, I think the same is true, and I'm going to regret saying this, for Victor Gyökeres.
Yep.
Look, now his underlying numbers are very good. They're not as good as Mateta's, but he's third in so many stats among forwards behind only Haaland and Mateta. Shots in the box, total shots. He's 4th in expected goals. He's had 6 big chances. Only Haaland has more touches in the opponent's box than him. So it hasn't been great. It's been super frustrating. But I think the goals are coming. I think it could be this week. I just mentioned how Palace are not as good defensively as we think. And I think you just have to keep riding with him. I think the fixtures are too good. I don't think he stinks, like some people seem to think. I don't have much more to say on it than that. I just think the goals are coming, and I get it if you want to get off of him, but I'm not going to.
I think that unless you have this crazy plan to bring in Haaland or want to get Saka or something like that, you have this plan that you are committed to. Mm-hmm. With how random other forwards have been, you're still guessing to see who's going to score in a given week outside of Haaland. With their games coming up, you just ride it out. Again, unless you have this crazy plan that you need money to accomplish, you just ride it out because they have best team in the FPL and the EPL, great fixtures ahead. He's getting chances. He's bound to score.
And, just to end, they are in second for goals scored. They're 1 behind Chelsea. Yeah. They have 15, so they are actively scoring goals. To Dave's point, you have to think the guy who was averaging a goal a game in the Portuguese league is gonna get a couple here soon.
Yep. Yeah, we've talked some crap on him today, but the only thing I'll say is then we'll move on. A lot of people have 3 Arsenal guys right now, so if you have him and you want Saka, I get it.
Yeah,
but
maybe he should have brought his girlfriend to England,
maybe she was
not dumped her so he could get out of Portugal.
She shouldn't have clogged his head with all those thoughts throwing him off.
We're almost out of time, so I just want to do. I just want to talk about this last player, and this is the guy for me that I'm out on some people may be in on.
Juicy.
Ruben Roefs, right? I think 4.6 million, 5.4% owned. The keeper for Sunderland. I do want to put some respect on his name because he is the number one keeper in FPL right now. He has 48 points, so pretty good. He has a second highest save percentage, 81.3%. That's only behind Raya, of course. Arsenal's defense is unbelievable. League average is 67%, so he's killing that. Sunderland, second in goals against, only behind Arsenal. In terms of, second, it's such a weird thing to say. Second in goals against, which means they've given up the second least amount of goals. Well, for everyone else, because it's weird. It's weird. So upcoming schedule, very tough, and I think it really matters. So some people may think, oh, Sunderland, they've given up, the second least amount of goals. Roefs killing it. This is the time to go get him, right? Best goalie in FPL. Something to remember, and I told Dave this earlier. Sunderland, fairly easy start of the year.
Yeah.
They have yet to play a team in the top 7 for goals scored. They haven't played one team in the top 7 for goals scored. So they've been playing teams who are very poor at scoring the ball. And I think that's probably a big part of why we're seeing Sunderland sit where they're sitting. I know a lot of people, Vicario is 11.5% owned, and a lot of people are going to move off him. Word to the wise. If you're looking at Roefs, just know that some of what you're seeing might be smoke and mirrors. That's all. That's why I'm out on him. I know a lot of people will be in on him this week. I am out on him. I don't think Sunderland's defense is as good as what we've seen so far based on their matchups.
I remember at the start of the season, not everyone, but a lot of people were talking. It's like, is there anybody on Sunderland that we can use? Yes. Because their schedule was so good to start the year. And the answer was just like, no. But it turned out their goalie and 2 defenders. But yeah, I think the time might be up within the next couple of weeks here because their schedule turns pretty sour.
We've missed the moment. Now, listen, if they go through this schedule and they do what they just did in the first 8 games, I will sit here, I will eat crow, I will stand corrected, but I need to see them play a team who scores goals and get a shutout while doing that. That's what I got to see, and I haven't seen it yet.
All right.
I would buy you a lot of beer if in the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 game weeks, if he gets more than 14 points
overall
in the 15, let's do even 15 in this next 7 game weeks.
We heard that.
I'll buy him whatever case of beer.
If Roefs gets 15 points in the next 8 game weeks, that's a fair bet. Hey, if you think he's gonna get it, let us know in the comments.
All right, Roefs, let's get after it. Come on now.
Yeah, let's get out of here. All right, so that's it. We'll be back here next week, looking back at game week 9, looking forward to game week 10. No. Yes. Dad brain. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you. Comment, like, subscribe. Really helps us out. We really appreciate it. If you're listening on Spotify, give us a good rating. We appreciate that as well. If you want to check us out on our socials, Instagram, X, TikTok, we put a lot of fun videos out there. We put a lot of good visuals, especially on Instagram. And if you want to see more, if you want to talk to us, if you want to see our teams prior to each week, see what we're thinking, check out the Patreon if you're into that kind of thing. Oops. And with that, see you.
Bye.